Chocolate and Cheese, Series 3, Chapter 27, McDonald's, read by Zane Carnie. "Thanks for the lift," said Jenny, as the police car arrived in Tiaomushu, outside McDonald's. "Yeah, thanks," said Sam, as he and Jenny began to leave the car. "No worries. Now, we'll be ringing your friend Jack to let him know of his car's whereabouts and the situation. But you all have a good night," finished the officer. "Thanks," said Sam, as the car began to drive off into the night. "I need Macca's," said Jenny, as she turned to Sam. "You took the words straight out of my mouth," replied Sam, as the pair turned and walked inside the McDonald's. As Sam and Jenny entered the fast food chain, they began to hear a familiar sound at the checkout. "What do you mean you don't do chocolate and cheese?" asked the voice. "Molly?" questioned Sam. Molly spun around. "Hey, Sammy!" she started, embracing him in a hug. "Long time no see," she continued. "Yeah," said Sam, as he began to push her off. "I was just arguing with this bitch who says they won't sell me chocolate and cheese," yelled Molly. "I have a name, you know," said the woman behind the counter. "Oh yeah? What is it, bitch?" asked Molly. "It's Glory," replied the woman. "Well, there ain't nothing glorious about being a bitch, Glory," replied Molly. "Molly, come on, I'm so sorry for her," said Sam, as he pulled Molly away. "For me?" said Molly loudly, before Jenny covered her mouth. "Molly, we want to eat here. It would be great if we weren't thrown out," replied Jenny. Molly threw Jenny's hands off her mouth. "Fine," groaned Molly. "Now, can I get one cheeseburger, please?" "And Jenny?" asked Sam. "A strawberry milkshake, please," replied Jenny. "Oh, we haven't got any strawberry milkshakes, sorry," said Glory. "No strawberry milkshakes?" asked Sam. "No strawberry milkshakes," replied Glory. "Chocolate milkshake then, please," said Jenny. "And Molly?" asked Sam. "Can I have 6 chicken nuggets, a frozen Coke, large fries, and..." started Molly. "They're not going to sell you chocolate and cheese, Molly," said Sam. "Oh, come on!" said Molly. 10 minutes later, the only sound that could be heard was that of food consumption, as Jenny, Sam and Molly sat at a table eating their McDonald's. "So Molly, what are you doing here? You know, in the middle of nowhere?" asked Sam. "Oh, I was actually on my way to Taupo," replied Molly. "Taupo?" questioned Jenny. "Yeah, there's a good concert on, I heard," said Molly. "Right," replied Jenny. "So you're driving?" asked Sam. "As soon as I finish this glorious food, I will be," said Molly, as she took another gulp of her frozen Coke. "Well, that's awesome news," said Sam. "Why's that?" asked Molly. "Well, we've actually just had a started Jenny, before being cut off by Molly. "I'll happily drive you guys," said Molly. I was just going to ask if you could call Jack," asked Sam. "No, he's fine. He can come get his car. You can sit in the front with me, Sam," said Molly, as she winked at him. "I've just got to use the loo, then we can hit the road," continued Molly, as she stood and ran off to the bathroom. Once she was out of sight, Jenny punched Sam's arm. "Ow! What?" asked Sam. "I do not want to be stuck in a car for 2 hours with her," said Jenny angrily. "Well, what do you want to do? Wait 24 hours for Jack to come down and get his car? Then what, Jenny?" asked Sam. "Fine," she replied. "I'm sure it'll be alright. How bad can she be?" asked Sam. Sam soon discovered how bad it could be, and was, as he was forced to sit beside Molly in the front, with Jenny in the back. The sound of banana pancakes was drowned out by the sound of Molly's terrible singing. "Molly! Do you think we could turn it down, please, Molly?" shouted Sam. "What?" screamed Molly, as Jenny reached forward and turned the music off. "He said, do you think we could turn it down?" said Jenny. "Thank you, Jenny," replied Molly, as Sam's phone began to ring. "Hey, dude," said Sam, as he answered the call from Jack. "I am so sorry, Sam," replied Jack. "Look, dude, it's fine," started Sam, before being cut off by Jenny. "Fine? It is not fine. All of my stuff is in that car, so you'd better get down here and get it," shouted Jenny. "I know, I will, and I'm sorry I've held you guys up here until last too. As soon as I get there, I'll drive you straight to Turangi," said Jack. "It's okay, Jack. I'm taking them," replied Molly. Molly? What are you doing there? You told me you were in hospital getting your tonsils replaced, said Jack. Don't you mean removed? Asked Sam. Well, that's what I thought, but she said replaced, replied Jack. My, appointment was cancelled, lied Molly. Oh, right, said Jack, unconvinced. So I'm driving them now, said Molly. Well, that's fine, said Jack. Feel free to meet us in Turingi with our stuff, Jack, said Jenny. Yes, I will. I'm so sorry again, guys. I've got to go. Getting on a bus now. See you in a few hours, replied Jack as he hung up the call. The car fell silent, with no noise being heard whatsoever, until Sam broke the quiet. I've got an idea. I spy, started Sam, before being cut off by Jenny. Ah! Shouted Jenny, at the notion of I spy. Again.